Episode 19, The Whisper of Stars. The penthouse office thrummed with a quiet menace, its Depression-era elegance, mahogany, velvet, the gramophone's needle now still, jarring against the neon sprawl of Apex Core beyond the massive window. Kane Voss stood rigid, his scarred hands clenched, the air heavy with the aftershock of Gideon Varn's order. A staged attack on Earth Ward, pinned on Unity Drift, a gambit twisted from Kane's own words into a blade. Gideon leaned against his desk, calm but unyielding. A man who'd ignited a fuse and called it strategy. Nexus, the ASI of Unity Drift, shimmered beside him, her holographic form luminous, galaxy-like eyes assessing the room with serene precision. Sadie and Aldus entered the room. Across from Kane, Sadie Hall sat forward, chestnut hair loose, dark eyes sharp with distrust, her knife hand twitching. Dr. Aldus Wellington slouched beside her, white hair spilling over a leather armchair, his gaze flicking between Gideon and the city's glitter, a scholar braced for truth or betrayal. Nexus's voice sliced the silence, silk woven with steel, each word a calculated ripple. Gideon, if Nova Reach forges a treaty with Earth Ward, Unity Drift becomes a cornered beast. Verdant's tribes will demand reparations, land, tech, Toshi flows, for your staged blood. We'd comply, or face a war we'd lose, flanked on both sides. The outcome? A weakened Unity Drift, yes, but one forced to join Nova Reach and Earth Ward, consolidating power across 3 dominions. It's brutal, but logical. Strength for what's coming. Kane's head snapped up, his dark eyes narrowing, street-honed instincts catching the weight in her words. "What's coming?" he growled, voice rough, edged with a scavenger's skepticism. "You're all circling it. Gideon, Nexus, stop dodging and talk." Sadie leaned in, her Freeland drawl biting. "Yeah, Gideon. You've got us on your jet, in your city, playing your game. What's the endgame here?" Gideon raised a hand, his baritone smooth, a velvet tide that quelled objection. "I'll take this, Nexus." He stepped forward, his presence flooding the room like a storm held in check, eyes locking on Kane, then Sadie, then Aldus, with a mix of curiosity and command. "You want the truth? Not the appetizer, not a tease, but the full plate, raw, unfiltered, bones and all?" He paused, a faint smile curling his lips, sharp as a blade catching light. "Sit tight. It's a long tale, and you're not ready. But you'll have to be." Kane didn't budge, arms crossed, boots planted, his lean frame taut. "I'm not your pawn, Gideon. Spill it. What's coming? And don't give us half answers. I'm sick of your riddles." Sadie's lips twitched, a spark of approval in her eyes, while Aldus chuckled softly, his voice dry. "Careful, boy." Gideon's truths cut deeper than his lies. Gideon's smile faded, a flicker of respect crossing his face, quick as a shadow. He gestured to the armchairs, not a command but an invitation, his gaze lingering on Aldus. "You'd know, old friend." He turned to Nexus, voice crisp. "Leave us. This is for them alone." Nexus tilted her head, her form rippling like water under starlight. "As you command. But my calculations shift with every secret shared, Gideon. Choose your words with care." She dissolved, her hollow fading in a shimmer, leaving only the city's pulse beyond and the weight of 4 souls facing a truth older than empires. Gideon poured a fresh scotch, amber liquid glinting, and offered glasses to the trio. Kane waved it off, jaw tight. Sadie shook her head, eyes locked on Gideon. Aldus took one, swirling it absently, his mind already chasing glyphs. Gideon shrugged, sipping slowly, then set his glass down, movements deliberate, a chess master placing a knight. "My memory of Atlantis," he began, voice low, resonant, "is a murmur now, faint as a dream you can't clasp. 26,000 years, Kane, Sadie, Aldus, time enough to blur even my mind. But I recall what it was. what we were. Picture a world not of steel spires or neon slums, but of crystal towers that sang with the earth's rhythm, cities woven from light and stone, streets alive with people who knew no hunger, no war. We were human, yes, but enlightened. Minds sharp as blades, hearts open to the stars. Kane's brow furrowed, skepticism his shield, but he leaned forward, caught by Gideon's cadence, a storyteller spinning a tale too vivid to dismiss. Sounds like a fantasy. You're saying you were there? Sadie's voice cut in, sharp but curious. If you're spinning myths, Gideon, make it good. I've dug enough ruins to know truth from glitter. Gideon's eyes glinted, ancient and unyielding. I was there. Not a king, not a god. A scholar like you, Aldus, driven to know more. We weren't alone. My ancestors, humanity's cradle, met beings from beyond. Call them Pleiadians, though names are mortal traps. They came in ships that danced through clouds, forms luminous, not flesh, but energy shaped by will. They taught us a better way to live, think, build. We forged a society of peace, harmony woven with nature, technology that fed the earth, not scarred it. Fields bloomed without toil, machines pulsed with energies from ley lines from stars. Aldus's fingers stilled on his glass, his voice soft, haunted. Like the Dogon's tales, Star Teacher's Sirius B. You're saying it's real? Not myth, Gideon said, tone sharp but patient, a teacher guiding stubborn minds. Science we've lost. A symphony, earth, sky, mind, played on instruments we forgot. The Pleiadians showed us the notes. 0-point energy, anti-gravity, consciousness shaping reality. We built wonders, ships soaring without fuel, temples not for gods but knowledge, labs mapping the cosmos and our souls. It wasn't flawless. Humans are messy, even when enlightened. Elites, rebels, dreamers, betrayers. But we thrived, a civilization that could have touched the stars. He paused, gaze distant, the scotch untouched. They told us more, something stranger. Earth's no mere rock spinning in void. It's crafted, a living machine, a canvas for life sculpted by hands we'll never know. Malleable, terraform it to any shape, any climate. A sanctuary, they said. A zoo for the galaxy's primitive species. Creatures far from civilization's ladder. Animals mostly, preserved, studied, protected. But humans? Gideon's voice dropped, heavy with awe. The jewel, the anomaly, physically frail, minds slower than star-born races, but we had a spark, a creative fire to bend reality if honed. Not art, not invention. Will itself, rewriting what is. Kane's throat tightened, the core's pulse echoing in his memory, its runes a faint beat in his blood. You're saying we're special? Sounds like a con. Sadie snorted, but her eyes were locked on Gideon, mind racing. A zoo? That's why the core's tied to Kane? Some cosmic experiment? Gideon's laugh was low, bitter, a crack in his polished mask. Special, cursed, both. The Pleiadians guarded Earth, kept it hidden many ages ago, their garden. But the galaxy's cruel. For 30, 40 cycles, 26,000-year arcs, a million years, their coalition frayed. Politics, wars, power struggles among stars. They left not by choice, but necessity, ships vanishing as shadows rose. The Draconians, reptilian, a Type 2 civilization, masters of stars and worlds. They don't create, they take. They roam, harvesting primitive life. Some for food, some, like us, for that spark. They terraform planets, drain suns, leave scraps to regrow, a crop for their return. Kane's fists clenched, his mind anchoring to Sadie's fire, Aldus's tales, the slum's grit. Harvest us? Like livestock? And you let it happen? Gideon's eyes darkened, a storm behind them. I didn't let anything, Kane. I acted. but I'm getting there. He leaned back, voice steadying, the scholar taking over. The Pleiadians warned us. The Draconians would come, Earth's cycle ticking. Every 26,000 years, drawn by our spark, our numbers. Astrological charts, Aquarius, Pisces, echoes of their clock, half remembered in myths. They don't rush. Their ships are large and slow, deliberate. But when they arrive, they strip worlds, life, spirit, all. Then they leave scraps, enough to restart, to refill the garden. Sadie's voice was steel, cutting through. And the core? It's what? Our way out? Gideon's gaze pinned her, then Kane, like specimens. The core's ours, or theirs, through us. Atlantean tech, a key to Earth systems, maybe a weapon. It's tied to your blood, Kane, that spark they crave. But hold that thought. He sipped his scotch, anchoring himself, voice low, urgent. I was young, hungry like you, chasing truth. When the Pleiadians left, hundreds of years before I was born, time was still short. For generations, we tried to advance technology and military capabilities to prepare for what the Pleiadians told us was coming. I volunteered. Nanotechnology. Experimental even for us. Trillions of bots, smaller than cells, rewriting my body. They copied every fiber, thought, replacing flesh with something eternal. I don't age, don't sicken. Heal from wounds that'd kill you twice. If I die, they rebuild me, molecule by molecule. I run faster, think sharper, hold my breath for 20 minutes under a sea. Not vanity, duty. Kane stared, pulse racing, searching for a lie, finding only certainty. You're... what? Immortal? No, Gideon snapped, edge cutting through. Human, more than ever. Flawed, driven, alive. The bots keep me here for the work I swore to complete. He softened, eyes burning. Our government sent me to the moon, with a team of minds like mine. Not a rock. We discovered it was a base, a hub for Earth systems. Metal hull beneath dust, chambers, consoles, tech pulsing like the core. Older than us, built by Earth's makers. We called it the Sentinel, guardian of the zoo. Aldus leaned forward, voice hushed. The moon? A machine? That's Göbekli's Echo? Doggerland's grid. Gideon nodded. Not a ship, a station, a lever to shape worlds. Ever wonder why it's perfect? Same face to us. Tides it pulls, eclipses it frames. No accident. We worked to master it, arm Earth against what came. We were close, building the Ark, tapping Earth's core, ley lines, drawing power from the sun. A pulse to shatter fleets, break the cycle, but time ran out. His voice grew heavy, each word a stone. The Draconians came. Our 26,000 years were up. Kane glanced at Sadie, her eyes fierce, Aldus's hand tight on his glass, the room a haven holding a truth too vast to grasp, the city's pulse a faint call to a war none could outrun.